All right, thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get our official pre-game underway, and a great pleasure to invite a couple of club legends from their respective clubs who are going to walk out with the Premiership Cup for our NTFA Women's Grand Final. Would you please welcome from Old Launcestonians Matthew Murfitt and Bridge North Jenny Cox. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Jenny. Right in the centre there, and the wind won't blow it over. Thank you very much. We'll get you guys to both line up with your respective teams. If I could please invite the team captains to come forward for the official coin toss, and it's a great pleasure to welcome to perform the coin toss our NTFA patron Sarah Courtney, and Emily, you'll get to call. So Old Launcestonians have won the toss. They'll kick to the city end in the first quarter. Thank you, Sarah. And if I could invite everyone, please, to be upstanding, if you're able, for the Welcome to Country, to be followed by the Australian National Anthem. Thank you.
Paligina Lutruwita. For thousands of years, Aborigines have remained connected to country. Our old people harvested the land, our warriors hunted a landscape shaped by traditional fire, and our women gathered resources to provide for their family group. Back then, we walked the many tracks across the northern Midlands that led us to the head of the Cunnamulla Tamar River. Today, those tracks are lined by buildings, and the landscape, once adorned by trees and grassy plains, are fewer. Warranta Lumi. We are here. Our culture is alive.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free. With golden soil and wealth of toil, our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage of birds Australia fair. In joyful strains, and let us sing of birds Australia fair.
Well, there it is, the national anthem, Welcome to Country, and we are not too far away from this 2023 Women's Premier League Grand Final, and Michael Maney with you in commentary along with Rob Soward. Welcome to you, Rob.
Yeah, welcome to you, Michael, and many happy returns for a special birthday today. Our listeners will be very pleased to share those good wishes with you as well.
Getting too many of these birthdays cropping up. Interesting that Bridgenorth unbeaten in the competition, Rob, for this season. Old Launcestonians finished second, 10-5 with a 10-5. Bridgenorth beat Old Launcestonians by 14 points in the second semi. Then OL's beaten by Bridgenorth by 14, and then in the second semi they beat Old Scots by 26 points in the preliminary final to get here. So this is going to be a crackerjack game. I think you mentioned off air that you'd been and watched a game between these two earlier in the season. It was pretty close. So we'll probably have a pretty good game on our hands here.
I think we will. The Bridgenorth side is a very, very fit side, so this big ground's going to suit them really well. OL's last year's grand finalists. They'll be keen to make amends. Not much between them, but I reckon for OL's they've really got to get off to a good start because Bridgenorth can tear you apart.
Well, today's NTFA Premier Division Grand Finals brought to you by Jeremy Wilkinson, Harcourts Launceston, the Tasmanian Agent of the Year 5 years running, and MCMF, Murdoch Clark Mortgage Fund, Launceston and Hobart, and the Athlete's Foot, Brisbane Street, Launceston. So we are very happy to mention our sponsors that get us to air and sponsor the NTFA in such wonderful style. Bridgenorth and Old Launcestonians in the Women's Grand Final. And we're about to hit the button on this grand final. Here we go. The Rucks go at it. All knocked down. So Bridgenorth almost into attack there through Letitia Johnston. But Abby Green's going to win a free kick. Little handball away. She might get it back here, Green. She's going to have to... she gets buffeted out of the way pretty easily in the end. And a free kick coming back here. It's going to Wells. It is. And it's going to Alex Ferguson. Let's hope Alex Ferguson doesn't kick this off the ground, but it's a famous name, Alex Ferguson, isn't it? So
absolutely.
Kicks it inside 50, no mark taken, so Bridgenorth having to do some work here. Ashley Moore was in there, and she might have won a free kick, or the umpire says no, we're going to ball it up.
She's going to be very important for them today, and Daisy Blunston was just in shot 2 there. She's a terrific player for OLs as well, Michael.
Yeah, they've got a number of really good players there. Or just flicks out, and the mark has been taken by Carly Farrow. So Carly Farrow, left footer, good looking kick too. Nice bit of style about it. Hanging on was there was Grace Walker. No one can really get the ball clear of there. Alex Ferguson in amongst it, and it'll be a ball up. So, the Parrots have called some birds in my time, and hawks and eagles and all that sort of stuff, and crows, but never the Parrots, Rob. No. But it's first for everything.
No, look, and a really, really proud country club. Some fantastic community members support them. But yeah, I'm with you. Not a common nickname, the Parrots, Michael.
No, we've got a player out there wearing number 11 for Old Launcestonians as that ball just rolls through for a behind. And number 11 not in the program, so we might need someone to fetch that one as OLs get their campaign underway. Michaela Clark kicks it out wide for Bridgenorth, and it'll be a ball in.
They've got the benefit of a fairly strong breeze here, Michael. We were talking off air about that at the moment. A real spring day here in Launceston, so even more important that OLs get off to a good start.
So Green in the ruck. Got in front of Madison Dunn. We'll just attack it. We'll work out who they all are. As flashing through was Jennifer Guy, number 12 for Old Launcestonians. Umpire's blown the whistle. Free kick. And it might just go to her. So here we go. That looks like Hannah Lee, is it? She's kicked it down the line. We could take a mark. Bridgenorth really having to defend in this first quarter. That breeze is worth a few goals to the right of screen, Rob. And the side we saw in the under-18 boys that Georgetown had first use of it and did make use of it and got beaten by 11 points. So it's going to be important. Long kick here is going to float out of bounds on the full. But you've got the breeze. You win the toss. You kicked with the breeze. You've got to make the most of it in that first term. Absolutely,
and probably even more critical than that is the fact that OLs are the underdogs. You know, you want to get out of the blocks. At the end of the day, they've only got to win today. It doesn't matter what's preceded them. Bridgenorth's undefeated record counts for nothing once that ball bounces.
No doubt about that. Ball's close to the line. No one can reel it in. Throw their boot at it. So Bridgenorth having to defend here, but they've got it to the middle of the ground. Opportunity there for Carly Farrow. number 7. And a free kick for holding, and it's going to go to Maddie Whitney. So Maddie Whitney in the centre of UTAS Stadium with the free kick. Sums it all up. So Whitney got close. The player on the mark, and coming out taking a nice mark is Emily McKinnell. So McKinnell will drive this ball inside 50. Doesn't hit a target. Racing with Sophie Farrow. Got the handball away looking for Richardson. Well, Malia Richardson Green. And the old hyphens. Sometimes you don't have enough room when you shoot for hyphens when you're writing them in yourself. But
Absolutely. Just you called Emily McKinnell a moment ago, the top goal scorer in the Premier Division, Michael. 46 goals. And the next best 19.
Yes.
So dominant.
That is dominant. So Bridgenorth have got it deep inside 50. Could be an opportunity here for them as they run in. Oh, big tackle on Courtney Sharman there. And the umpire says, give it to me. No chance of that ball coming out. So they just move themselves around. There's McKinnell. Here she goes. She's sniffing a goal here. Oh, she's got a little bit of theatrics going there, playing for the free kick, but nothing doing, and another ball up.
The top 4 goal kickers are from these two sides, and I'll come back to that, Michael.
Yeah, really close to goals there. And Hayley Mayburn was on hands and knees, the number 38. Little handball coming out. There's our mystery lady in number 11 for old Launcestonians. Little handball is... well, I thought she got the handball away, but the umpire was on the wrong side of it, and Jenna Griffiths has got the free kick for Bridgenorth.
While she's lining up, if you're watching the live stream and you know who OL's number 11 is, put a little comment on there and we can put that in our programs.
Fantastic. It's not in the program or on the official team sheet, as that ball just falls a little bit short. Almost Lucy Walker there, the number 33. Then Hayley Mayburn goes in after it again for Bridgenorth. It's one thing about the girls, the tackling is always sublime. As Alice Bennett gets it out of there. Now Abby Green can't quite get it, just had it knocked away. Green will go off the ground. Just a little toe poke. That was okay. Wasn't kicking in danger. It was only a soft touch. Well done by Sarah Donnelly, the number 2 for Bridgenorth. So it's really tight in the first quarter.
Bridgenorth would be really happy with this because that is a strong breeze. So to have OL's only one behind on the board, they'd be pretty happy with that early stages.
No doubt about that. Or just flicking away toward the line on the outer side before Isabella Maskell can... Well, she grabbed it just before the line. And we'll see a lot of this today because the girls really do throw themselves in for the football, and sometimes it can get a bit congested. But they're all in, every single one of them, which is fantastic. Close to the line on the outer side. Boundary umpire says, give it to me.
I'll come back to those goal scorers. Emily McKinnell, Bridgenorth, 46. Abby Green, OL's 19. Daisy Blunston, OL's 17. Courtney Sharman, Bridgenorth, 17. So dominant forwards are out here today, Michael.
Yeah, well, you've got pretty much the best 2 teams fighting it out. They finish 1 and 2 on the ladder with Bridgenorth, the Parrots, under Robert Beams, the coach. And they finished on top. Abby Green, playing coach. So OL's move forward. McKinnell just over the top of her head. So they get out to Whitney. Whitney shrugs a tackle, but got the arms free in the end and got it away. It was a little bit tough on Madison Dunn there. So Rob, some of these girls, I think we're seeing an improvement. It's slow, but we're seeing an improvement with the girls, and I think the kicking has got a little bit better over the last few years that I've seen. You know, the girls really starting to get a handle on that, as the generations, as they grow up with the game and play the game. That's the thing.
Absolutely, Michael. It's a great point you make, that familiarity with it. I've been really impressed too with the fitness, and as I said at the outset today, Bridgenorth's fitness is terrific. So real quality.
So Jess Jamison is the number 11 for
Campbell Fraser. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well done. So has Jess had a number change? She's in there as number 10. So we'll move her to 11. That'll be okay. That'll work seamlessly for me. And then that's a free kick. And is it Abby Green that's gone down there or not? It's just, no, that's Isabella Maskell. So the free kick goes to Phoebe Ketchell. Kicks it out wide, looking for Hodgetts. Hodgetts just tracking that ball in front. And it rolls out of play. Hannah Lee. She might have given away a free kick there, so I think it is going to Tegan Hodgetts. So Jessica Jamieson, the number 11. Little handball comes out once again to Jennifer Guy. So she kicks with the left boot. OLs haven't really made the most of this breeze they've got. Just bursting away through was Blunston. It's Daisy Blunston. Quick kick out of there. Nicely done by Grace Walker, the captain. Over the back. Jennifer Guy again. Just hurls it onto the boot. Blunston can't quite get there. It's rolled inside 50. And a little bit off the ball work. A little bit of holding off the ball. Griffiths was holding on to Blunston. So Blunston's got the free kick. She spotted a player in a bit of space. This is Jamieson. Jamison's just got to wait for it to sit. Does she get it now? Throws it on the boot. Just got a toe poke on it. And it might have just rolled through for a goal. It'd be the last thing you'd be thinking the ball is going to roll close along the ground. But thank goodness we know who she is. She's kicked a goal. Jess Jamieson, well done. First goal of the game to OLs.
Oh, it's fantastic, and it just was all happening there. But I mean, what a bounce! So it was put on the boot there by Jamieson. The Bridgnorth defender you could see approaching the ball, stuck the foot out at it, fortuitous bounce, and OLs are on the board. What a great start for them with this breeze. 11 minutes gone, so they'll want to add to that quickly. But you could hear the crowd's appreciation of that, Michael. Obviously, terrific to see a great crowd here early. I saw a big group of Bridgnorth supporters and obviously a large number of OL supporters as well.
Yep, absolutely brilliant. Great to see. And we get another ball up in the centre of the ground. So plenty happening in this grand final. Old Launcestonians, they'll be chuffed with that start. Here's Griffiths, just jammed it on the boot. Nicely done. Does go the required distance, but no one can take a mark. Opportunity here for Guy. She just taps the ball in front of her. That's terrific play. She'll want a left boot, and she'll develop a right as she goes along. But that ball just rolls out of play. And I think they play the last touch rule here in the women's game.
Yeah, I think other than inside 50, I think inside 50 it's a ball up. So
Talia down, and that's a good kick. And it finds Grace Walker. So Walker from half-back, hoists it high. Number of arms go up in the air. No one can really gather that. It's just Tegan Hodgetts had a fresh airy, and I think she's had a free kick paid against her. And it'll go to Guy, who's been pretty prominent, Jenny Guy, at half-back. She's a lot of rebounding off half-back.
She's been terrific, but this is the start OLs want. They're taking Bridgnorth's game away from them. So Bridgnorth will be keen to open it up.
There's Abby Green. What a star she's been over a long period of time. And she's taken the mark right on the paint of 50, basically. She winds up. Got the kick away okay. It's off the side of the boot, though. Grace Walker missed what she should have taken. And then the chaos kick. Griffiths made good ground to knock that away. Bit of shepherding done there. Walker back again. Off a step. Well done. Little kick away. That was by Ashley Moore. And it is now an 8-point lead in favour of OLs.
You get the feeling, having seen Bridgnorth play, if they can open it up, and that's where I thought the big ground would be good for them, Michael. If they can open it up, I think they can expose OLs. But just that in-tight pressure stuff suits OLs all day, every day.
Certainly does, as Michaela Clark kicks it out wide. No mark. Chance for OLs through Farrow. Another little handball. Nicely done. There, we've got a player wearing 21. We're not quite sure who 21 is for OLs. We'll have to have a bit of a look. Not on a team sheet either, so here we go. Quick kick out of there. Oh, I think she's in trouble. Got the kick away. That was nicely done. And that was Phoebe Ketchell. No one can pick this ball up. It's pretty hot potato at the moment. No one can get any clearance from there. And we have another one of these we've had so many times. So we might have a blood rule, do we? Yes, we do. Looks like Phoebe Ketchell is going to get patched up on the blood rule.
The only question, Michael, I'd have on OLs at the moment, if this physical pressure in close game continues, you just wonder how they'll be able to run it out. So we'll have to wait and see on that one.
Yep. So inside 50. Here's a chance for Green. Now she's got to wait for this ball to sit. Will she be able to capture it? I think she will. She runs into an open goal, and OLs get another one, and she's ecstatic. Green, always a dangerous player no matter where she's playing. And this is the start that you would want if you're Old Launcestonians against Bridgnorth. And that's why they won the toss and kicked with the breeze. So it's out to 14 points now with Abby Green kicking her first goal as we tick into 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's a really dangerous forward line. I talked about Daisy Blunston up there before. She had a hand in that first goal. Abby Green, you know, she's a star. So it now that starts to get into the head of Bridgnorth. I mean, you come in undefeated, you've got, you know, that terrific record behind you, but you've also got that pressure because I guess the way I've always looked at it, you're only another week away from a potential loss. OLs have got the start they want. Let's see how Bridgnorth respond.
Moore did nicely. Got it away to Guy. And here's another chance. They might just snare another one if they can. Overrunning it there was Alice Bennett. And being tackled without the footy, I thought, was Fulton. No free kick. Here's Griffiths. Gets the handball away. Turns it over. Guy got a left boot into it. And she was absolutely knocked to the ground. And a free kick will go to OLs. And it'll go to the pint-sized Taylor Lehman. And Taylor Lehman right on the siren. So she's going to have to kick from 35 metres out on an angle. Can she get the journey? Well, going for the big wind-up, she just pushed it away to the right and didn't score, but that's okay. Old Launcestonians 2-2-14 at quarter-time lead Bridgnorth, who were unable to score. Goal scorers for OLs, Jessica Jamison got one, and Abby Green a single, and no goal scorers for Bridgnorth. Rob Soward with you, Michael Maney. Rob, what did you make of the first quarter?
Oh, look, dream start for OLs, Michael, after a fairly slow start. I think, you know, it was over halfway through the quarter till we got our first score. But plenty of positives for both sides. But for mine, just that mental advantage that OLs has taken. Yep, they did have the breeze. And if I was coaching Bridgnorth, that's what I'd be saying to them. They did look a little bit nervous. As I said, a lot of pressure there. But very well drilled, very well coached. A very athletic side, as I've touched on Bridgnorth, a number of players that have played at representative level. But OL certainly with all the momentum, and we'll be interested to see if that breeze works in Bridgnorth's favour as it did for OLs. I think the thing where OLs would be really pleased too, Michael, is the fact that they've got the game on their terms at the moment. I get the impression with Bridgnorth, they're trying to open it up. They've got that ability, that athletic ability to do that. Let's see what the second quarter brings us.
Comments from Rob Soward, and it is quarter time in the Under-18s Premier League Grand Final. It is OLs, Old Launcestonians, 2-2-14, Bridgnorth yet to score. Back with the second quarter soon.
Harcourts, more than just real estate professionals.
It's a state of mind. Dreaming big, unearthing possibilities, identifying potential. We Tasmanians thrive on this. It's what makes us different. It's what drives us to succeed. Together, we can embrace the future. MCMF and us, a state of opportunity.
Hi, I'm Ray Chamberlain, and here are the top reasons why you should become an AFL umpire. You love intellectual conversations.
I know you're not. No, I said. And you said no.
Everybody knows you need help with your anger management issues.
We don't talk to one another like that. It's okay.
You just can't keep up with the young ones any longer.
It's run down.
Because you like to get paid to keep fit.
Blow your whistle, show your decision, show your good strong signals, then get on your bike and go.
It's the best game in the world.
Welcome back to UTAS Stadium. What a first quarter it was. OL's out of the blocks with a couple of goals to Jamison and Green. And Bridgenorth weren't really able to get it inside their 50 consistently. They got it deep, but they weren't able to score. And OL's did a pretty good job in the end. They got reward for effort. They got a couple of goals. They lead by 14 points. Michael Maney with you in commentary, along with Rob Soward. And today's NTFA Premier Division Grand Finals proudly brought to you by Jeremy Wilkinson Harcourts, Launceston, Tasmanian Agent of the Year 5 years running, Murdoch Clark Mortgage Fund, Launceston and Hobart, and the Athlete's Foot, Brisbane Street, Launceston. Rob, now Bridgenorth have got to respond. They didn't have the breeze. They need to use it.
They do need to use it, and they do need to respond. The dominant, undefeated side all year. They want to come out here and really say, OK, well, you've had the breeze. Let's show you what we can do. And they've got the dominant forward on the ground, so we'll see what transpires in the next 15 minutes or so.
So Abby Green goes into the ruck, and she was up against Madison Dunn, who is not overly tall, and she'll go for it again. Dunn, so Green should be able to give her side first use there. Almost from Dana Lester, the number 13 from OLs. Now Green feeds it away to Guy, who had an outstanding first quarter. And going through was Letitia Johnston. Quick kick out of there by Sophie Farrow of OLs. Now that's a hot one because Grace Walker didn't really get hold of that, and the free kick goes to Alice Bennett. So Bennett, she runs off the line and then kicks high. No mark taken. Here's Blunston, who can't get through. Ball held to her. Or is she going to be pinged for holding the ball? She is.
The pressure around the footy has been outstanding from OLs, and they've certainly given Bridgenorth plenty to think about, Michael, in that regard. Although Bridgenorth themselves, again, their pressure's been good too.
So Griffiths kicks high to the middle of the ground. No mark to Maskell. In goes Lester. Gets the handball back to Maskell. Maskell just jammed it on the boot. That was good play. No mark or free kick to Sarah Donnelly there, the number 2 for Bridgenorth. And it's caught underneath there somewhere in Race Walker, the last one to come up, I think. So, grand final day. What a day it is. Little quick kick out of there by Dunn. And Sophie Farrow can't get through, the number 3 for OLs. So up it goes. Reaching over the top was Moore. That's locked in. But good signs here for OLs. They're inching their way forward against the breeze. And kicked off the ground by Moore. That's nicely done. Oh, well done. That was by Amber Murphy. She jammed it on the boot. Blunston's there. She's tracking the ball. She got buffeted out of it. Walker Well, that ball wasn't coming out of there. It was held to her. But all of a sudden, Bridgnorth under immense pressure. Because OLs have been here, done that. And the Parrots, unbeaten, what can they do? They're under pressure. Done. Ran past it. And, not getting out of there was Alex Ferguson.
One great thing too, Michael, and we're joined by Damien Rind, who'll be doing some special comments in the reserves, but OL setting up beautifully behind the ball, which is a really good strategy given Bridgnorth has got that breeze.
Yeah, good point. As Griffiths tumbles one out of there. Hannah Lee just got it on a boot, and it's been marked, and nicely done too by Alice Bennett. So the distance might challenge her because there is a very strongish breeze that she might have to kick into the teeth of, but she gives herself every chance. She kicks to the hot spot. Up go the arms. No one can take the mark. Blunston was there. Thought she might have been held without it. Alice Bennett goes in. And now a little quick kick out of there, which is a really good one. It could be a goal. I think it is. And Amber Murphy's kicked the goal against the breeze for OLs, and they get a third. That could be super important in the context of this game, with OLs now going to 3-2-20. Bridgnorth yet to score, and OLs have been doing all the attacking, Rob Soward, in this second term.
Yeah, they have, Michael, and again, that physical pressure again, just those repeat inside 50s as we talked about, that set up beautifully the next kick back. So they're rolling the dice, which is exactly what you've got to do in a grand final. So it's how Bridgnorth will respond. They're yet to trouble the scorers, and we're nearly 4 minutes into the second term.
Yeah, that would be a big concern for them. Amber Murphy getting her first goal. So Griffiths ridden to ground, and they might have held on a little long. Dana Lester just holding on to her a little long. So Griffiths wins the free kick, runs off the line. Kick off the instep, but it might just work okay for them. No free kick, little toe poking kick. Here's Ketchell, who's hasn't been able to really get into the game. Oh, brilliant handball out. Left foot kick is away to the left, and that was from Lucy Walker. But they're on the board. They're on the board in the grand final. They feel a little bit better about themselves, and they need to lock this ball back in if they can, Bridgnorth, because they've been a wonderful side this year. But they've got to be behind. It's 3-2, 20-1 behind.
And you can see when they open it up, they look dangerous.
Mackenzie Lloyd runs a full distance, and the kick dropped by Alex Ferguson. Should have probably taken that. Didn't have any pressure. She couldn't quite hang on. Moore puts her hand up and says, I'm in the ruck up against Madison Dunn. Lester. Moore. Tries to inch away. Dunn did nicely. Got the kick away. Good mark. Terrific mark. And that has been taken by Hayley Mayburn. So Mayburn is probably a couple of kicks from goal. Ketchell leads to the pocket. She ignores that and goes long. It's got a bit of distance about it, this ball. It might stay in play. OLs might have wanted that to go out. Lloyd, that kick is risky business to the opposite side pocket. Mayburn got the kick away. Moore couldn't quite snare it. Here's Ketchell. She's been hunting that football for the last minute or two. She gets her hands on it. We know she's a goal kicker. Quick little kick out. That's okay. See, Bridgnorth, they might just open something here. Quick little kick. And that was by Courtney Sharman, and she's kicked it out of bounds on the full. And the opposite number 6 is Mackenzie Lloyd.
Got it at the right end, Bridgnorth, and as you've said, Michael, they've really ramped it up in the last couple of minutes, but they do need to convert.
I've been calling her Ketchell. She's McKinnell. I need to get that right. I don't know where Ketchell came from, but anyway. Apologies, the leading goal kicker in the competition. So McKinnell, I should get that right. That's what happens when you think you've got their names pegged and you don't look at your list. Here she is, McKinnell. On cue, has a shot, it's coming round, but not round enough. But at least she's in the game.
Yeah, so danger signs for OLs, like as we said, Bridgnorth really want to try and get it back on their terms. In the last 2 or 3 minutes, Michael, they've certainly had it inside that 50 and been applying the pressure.
Lloyd, Jamison, who kicked their first goal, got it away, half-distance little toe poker. Grace Walker just overran it. Whitney, a bit of a knee on that one. This is where OLs have got to rely on their defensive mechanisms to thwart Bridgenorth, because Bridgenorth, just in the last minute or two, looking like they're pushing forward hard. They're 3 goals behind. Moore knocks it down. Whitney overran it and just left it for her teammate in Alice Robinson. And now a free kick. So out wide. Bouncing ball here for Farrow. She can't get back in the contest. She's confronted by a couple of parrots. And it'll be a ball in.
Their positioning is going to be really, really important too. So with this breeze being as it is, it's very easy when you've got the breeze to be too close to the footy and it carries you, and we did see that a moment or two ago.
There's a chance for the Parrots through Courtney Gross, but she couldn't get a handle on it. Walker, she's done a lot of work, the captain, at half-back. She's seen plenty of play because they've been under pressure. Ball just flicks over the back. Sophie Farrow couldn't get there. Nicely done by Phoebe Ketchell. Oh, just Isabella Maskell didn't get rid of that too well. And McKinnell almost took the mark. Gee, that's a bit of aggressive play. Mayburn, little half-distance grubber. Crowd calls ball. McKinnell gets buffeted out of it, so the stakes have gone up a bit.
They have. How good's that through the effects, Mike, too? You can hear the crowd engaged and involved, and that's what community football is all about, Michael Maney.
That is, no doubt about that. So, Wells will probably want that's out of bounds on the full again. I think, once again, that's Courtney Sharman. She had a couple of cracks from the pocket there, and both times it's gone out of bounds on the full, went straight into the behind post. So, Lloyd kicks long again. The target's Moore. She's got the height. When the ball hits the ground, Jamison, the two 11s go at it, and Ketchell and Jamison.
The OL's defence have really got to try and keep the ball wide here. I did notice a moment ago, tapping it back into that open space. That's got red flags all over it.
Nice little kick out there by Letitia Johnston. The Parrots, they need something here, as that ball just rolls out of play. And it'll be a ball in. Last touch rule only between the arcs, not inside the arc of 50. If you're watching at home on the live stream, thanks to Harcourts. Here's Griffiths. She's been handy. Left footer is off target, but she's snuck it through for a behind. A little bit of shower activity out there, Rob. I think I can see some showers coming through. We've seen a little bit of that today.
Yeah, it's a real classic spring day. So this lead is even more important at this stage if there is a bit of rain around.
So Maskell couldn't handle that footy. Handball comes out. Griffiths, she's been prominent. She's tried just a little bit too much on that occasion. Overcooked it. And the free kick will go to Anastasia Hovington. So Hovington goes out wide. And good mark. I think Whitney will be paid that. No. I thought Whitney had all of her palms on that, but the umpire saw it differently. He's a little closer than where we are. No handle there at all for Letitia Johnston. Almost a stalemate. Handball over the top by Alice Robinson. Here's a go. Opportunity here for Ketchell. Mayburn. And another stalemate. Gee, time ticking away in this quarter. 11 minutes gone. We go 16 without time on. Done. Got a nice leap on Moore. Moore might just get it back here. She can't release. She's tackled.
We obviously don't keep a time clock, Michael, on time inside 50, but it's been all Bridgenorth, in the last probably 6 or 7 minutes, but no reward on the scoreboard.
No reward, which is difficult. So another ball up. Here it goes. Done. Got herself in position A. Nicely done. Picked up. Nice big high kick by Tegan Hodgetts. Here's a chance for McKinnell. She's a goal kicker. She has rolled this one through. She's finally got one. Well, you can tell she's got forward craft, this girl. She's got genuine forward craft and she can get it into her hands. So finally, At the 12-minute mark of the second term, Bridgenorth get a goal, 1-3-9. They trail Old Launcestonians 3-2-20.
Certainly a reward for effort there, Michael. I mean, the ball's just lived in there in the last few minutes. But it's about, if you're an OL's defender, it's about using the width of the ground to try and help you out. They've just got to stay out of the corridor. And, I mean, that's why she's the leading goal kicker in the competition by an absolute country mile. Goal smart, good footy craft, and great reward for effort there to Emily McKinnell.
McKinnell getting her first at the 12-minute mark, and it's back to an 11-point margin now. Will that spur on Bridgenorth? Will they have a pep in their step for the last 3 and a bit minutes? Another ball up in the centre. One of those days in Launceston. McKinnell just overrun it, just went over her head. Now some nervous moments here for OLs as Bridgenorth come through. Releasing and getting the kick away nicely was Lucy Walker. High ball, and there'll be a free kick, and it's a push. It'll go to OLs. And umpires, who be one? Rob, ever done any umpiring yourself? It's one of the toughest jobs of all time.
I have done, and I have a massive respect for them because it is a very, very tough job. No one ever says to you, you made 100% great decisions today, do they?
No. Well, the Lloyd kick's good because it's found Green at half-back. So they want to hold on to this lead and take it into half-time if they can. A little bit of misty rain falling. That'll make it tough for the girls in the handling. We might have a blood rule while we wait for, looks like it's Lucy Walker who's headed to the interchange bench.
Just while we're there, Michael, great to see we've got people tuning in from Queensland. We've got people watching everywhere. Thanks, Jaden Blunt, who's watching from Queensland and commenting on our live stream. Great to see people are joining in from everywhere.
Throw a bit of decent weather our way, if you wouldn't mind, from Queensland.
Be all right, wouldn't it?
High kick by Green. Flicks over the back. Guy. Now a nice little kick in there was by Alice Robinson. Here's a go. Griffiths. She's been tremendous. Where's Green? She can't take the mark. She's just thrown herself back as Abby Green. Here's McKinnell. Now she's got a release here. Did it nicely. That slippery ball's really causing the girls a few problems right now. And Abby Green, well, she's stuck. She got her leg stuck in there and she couldn't get out of that. And we tick into almost the 15-minute mark. Dunn with a nice leap. Ferguson struggled to get a handle on that. Dunn with the tackle. The umpire says it was 50-50.
OLs just will not want to concede a score here at the death in this second quarter.
Jeremy Wilkinson looking on, as you can see, over on the signage on the outer side.
He'd agree with us, I reckon, Michael. If you asked him, he'd be saying to OLs, do not give up a score.
Who would argue against a real estate agent that's been number one for 5 years running? We can't argue with him.
No, he's a terrific guy and a terrific salesperson at the top of his game.
Harcourt's Launceston proudly promoting the NTFA final series. Moore down. Leicester knocked off the kick. Done. They've only got a few seconds to score here, Bridgenorth, and they won't be able to do it. I think time might be their enemy in this second term. Ferguson will get the free kick. And we're about to hit the buzzer for half-time. Bouncing ball. And we can take it. As we've got to 16 minutes. And there's a free kick to OLs. And it is half-time in the grand final of the Women's Premier League, and it is a lead of 11 points to Old Launcestonians. They've booted 3-2-20. They kicked a goal against the breeze in that quarter through Murphy, and they lead the game at half-time by that 11-point margin. Goals for Old Launcestonians, Jamison, Green and Murphy, and the single goal kicker was to the competition's leading goal kicker in Emily McKinnell, who I apologise for calling her all sorts of weird names in that second term. But Rob Soward, you've had a good look at that first half of footy. Bridgenorth got back into it in that second half of that second term, but they've got plenty of work to do.
Yeah, they have, Michael, and green shoots certainly for Bridgenorth. The last part of that quarter they dominated, probably unlucky not to add to their tally of just that one goal. But as you quite rightly called earlier, that goal for Amber Murphy could be critical in the way the scheme of things, because that's really the only time OL's looked at being effective in their forward line. It was all Bridgenorth, the pressure. They opened it up. They had those repeat inside 50s and their pressure around the football, which rewarded Emily McKinnell, the association leading scorer and the captain, with a goal. So I don't know about you, but I'm really, really excited about this second half. I know our live stream viewers will be. So all to do at the moment. OL's regrouping, Bridgenorth regrouping. Let's see what the third quarter brings us, Michael.
Comments from Rob Soward here at UTAS Stadium, with thanks to Harcourts and also thanks to a couple of other sponsors during the course of this final series. Murdoch Clark Mortgage Fund, Launceston and Hobart, the Athletes Foot, Brisbane Street, Launceston. So we thank all of those people for their sponsorship. It's half-time in the Women's Grand Final in the Premier League of the NTFA. Old Launceston Stadium's 3-2-20 take a lead in against Bridgenorth 1-3-9. We'll be back soon.
Harcourts, more than just real estate professionals.
It's a state of mind. Dreaming big, unearthing possibilities, identifying potential. We Tasmanians thrive on this. It's what makes us different. It's what drives us to succeed. Together, we can embrace the future. MCMF and us, a state of opportunity.
Hi, I'm Ray Chamberlain, and here are the top reasons why you should become an AFL umpire. You love intellectual conversations.
I know you're not. No, I said. And you said no.
Everybody knows you need help with your anger management issues.
We don't talk to one another like that. It's okay.
You just can't keep up with the young ones any longer.
This run down.
Because you like to get paid to keep fit.
Blow your whistle, show your decision, show your good strong signals, then get on your bike and go.
It's the best game in the world.
Welcome back to UTAS Stadium as they break for half-time. girls getting into position. They want to get this game underway. And I just noticed that the leading goal kicker, McKinnell, is going into the centre of the ground for this first bounce. So it will be interesting what she brings in and around the ball. She's a good player. You can play her anywhere. And the number 8 is going to be at the centre bounce for this resumption after half-time, with Old Launcestonians leading by 11 points. This game's brought to you by Harcourts and Jeremy Wilkinson, the Tasmanian Agent of the Year, 5 years running. So we thank all our sponsors. And go Parrots from WA. So Glenn Bruckner, thank you, Glenn. Here we go, second half underway. Green knocks it down, then gets it back, throws it on the left boot. Opportunity here for OLs as they go in, shallow inside 50. The Parrots have got to do some real serious defending here as that ball just rolls to within sight of the goals. Nicely done by Johnston of the Parrots, who gets it away. Alice Bennett just trying to feed it back. Another little quick handball by Guy. Well, that's a wonderful tackle and will be rewarded. So that's Whitney, I think. Or was it the number 11? It's Phoebe Ketchell, it is. So Ketchell. No, it is Whitney. I thought I saw another 1 on that jumper. And that ball just rolls to the line. Conditions quite swirly at UTAS Stadium. But what a pleasure it would be for the girls to play on this wonderful ground in perfect condition. Green slipped through her fingers, and that's going to happen a bit in this second half with a bit of rain around. A little quick kick out. Just a bouncing ball. Moore just tried to tap it on into the path of Taylor Lehman. And Lehman trying to get into this contest, provides the tackle and a stalemate. So things looking a little grim if you're a Bridgenorth supporter at the moment. Knocked down by Moore. And another stalemate. So that lead of 11 points, it's worth about 5 or 6 goals, you would think, on a dry, calm day on a smaller ground. That ball just floating out of play. So looks like Bennett, Alice Bennett, is going to bring it back in, runs off the line. Got a nice piece of it. Jamison's in the middle of that. Can't take it all. That handball is risky business. Walker just kicks and hits the line. So defence at the moment. If you're Bridgenorth, they wouldn't want the bleeding to stem out to any more than another goal or so. They've got to haul this back in the last quarter. Bennett, Murphy, tumbling ball, quick kick taken by Robinson, and sitting under it was Green, and then a bit of shepherding work, and the free kick will go to Lucy Walker. So Walker's got the free. So she runs away. Awkward kicking style, but got a wobbly ball. Malia Richardson Green in there. Little kick away. Lester trying to force away and angle a body in there to try and collect that footy. Sophie Farrow. Walker for Bridgenorth. High ball, and it's been marked by Courtney Sharman, who was lively in that second term. This time the kick just mown down. Nicely done by Anastasia Hovington. That was terrific work, working the mark. She goes back in after it again. She was held without the footy. So Hovington with the free kick on the wing, and Rob Soward, you've all chowed up beautifully after half time.
Beautifully covered by you, but yes, all chowed up, and get down there and get yourself one of those Riverside Lions Club steak sandwiches. I can strongly recommend them.
Yeah, absolutely. And the free kick now is going the way of Bridgenorth. Lucy Walker. They'd love a goal against the against the breeze. That would bring them right into it. So she kicks long. Every single player on the outside there, and the mark being taken by Phoebe Ketchell. So Ketchell gets close to the mark, and that's okay. And it's been marked by Hayley Mayburn. So Mayburn just runs on with play, kept it low. Don't know whether that was deliberate or not. She didn't get any elevation, but Hannah Lee was in the way. So Lee want to keep it to that outside because that's where all the defensive work goes. Tegan Hodgetts just knocked off the kick. Lester got the handball away. Hodgetts again, back into it. Kicks it to the pocket. And the target there was Courtney Sharman, but she couldn't reel it in. And it'll be a ball in from outside. We had someone from Western Australia, Rob, that was watching Go Parrots from WA.
It's terrific, isn't it? Tobias
we were in
Steele's
Croatia.
in Hobart.
We were in Croatia last week, I think, from memory.
Yeah.
So
it's fantastic. And that's the power of the live stream, Michael, isn't it? People can be watching it from everywhere.
Phoebe Ketchell got a boot to ball and Sharman takes the mark. So here's an opportunity for Bridgenorth. So they've got to square it up and hope for a mark. She just needs to get a bit of draw in this ball. That's not a bad kick. Up it goes. Green overruns it. Griffiths is there. In they go. How will it bob out? Nicely done by Guy, who's been pretty good for them. Mark was missed there by Madison Dunn. Now Walker, kick mown down by Jamison. Now Dunn again. Murphy, who kicked a goal in that second term against the Tide. Foot race. So here's an opportunity for Letitia Johnston, who finds a teammate in Walker on the outer side. Walker's had plenty of the footy, and she's done a lot of defending because OLs have put the pressure on big time. Here's Walker, Dunn, a little handball underground, kicked away by Lucy Walker. Oh, almost a free kick in the marking contest. Almost went to Tegan Hodgetts. Green, got a kick away. Jamison hovering over the top. And as we've seen so many times today, a cluster of players and the umpire just a little slower on the whistle there, just trying to give them a little bit of time to knock it out.
Bridgenorth wouldn't be unhappy with this, given that OLs have got that breeze, Michael.
No, that's right. So they just need to defend grimly and then come home with a wet sail. Hovington kicked it off the ground. Haven't seen too much of that today. Walker had a kick mown down by Guy, who's been terrific. So between Walker for Bridgenorth and Guy for OLs, they've probably been the players that have seen most of the footy in this game. Moore and Dunn. Moore knocked it down, but Dunn's pretty good at ground level. Just got shoveled out of there. There's not much of her. She's a wholehearted competitor, no doubt about that. When you're undersized and you're rucking, you're relying on your leap, you can get knocked around a bit. So Moore knocks it down. Letitia Johnston. And that ball just rolls to them.
It's a real arm wrestle, Michael Maney, isn't it? A real arm wrestle. You get the feeling if Bridgenorth can score here against the breeze, that'll set them up beautifully for that last quarter. OLs really need to do something with the wind.
Yes, but Bridgenorth have done a terrific job of keeping the ball out on that outer side. Johnston got the kick away. OLs have been trapped. They haven't been able to break from stoppage and kick to the fat side of the ground to give themselves a bit of running power and then to be able to work that ball down to kick a goal. But they've fallen into Bridgenorth's tactics here of really bottling it up and just keeping it on that outer side. Yeah, the umpire off the play has paid a free kick. It's going to OLs. And it's Guy. So she goes long. Green's at the back and takes the chest mark. So Abby Green gets on with it. It's a well-weighted kick. It's a terrific kick. Moore couldn't quite hang on to the mark. Murphy bursts through. Jamison, she can't get the handle. She lays a tackle on Walker, and Walker never had the footy. She's had to do some work, Grace Walker.
She's been fantastic back there for them. It makes you wonder if they didn't have her, where they'd be at, Michael Maney. She's been terrific.
Yeah, the kick didn't spot up a teammate too well in Alice Robinson, and it rolls to the line. But, yeah, she's been the saviour back there for them. McKinnell started off in the centre square, the opening bounce for this term, but haven't seen her influence too much. She might get an opportunity here. Griffiths has been pretty handy for them too. Guy got the handball away. In goes Carly Farrow, the number 7. Guy again with another handball out, but Walker just hoists it high, and well done. That mark has been taken by Lucy Walker.
It's a really smart coaching move to have your best player up around the footy when you're kicking against the breeze. So,
yep.
Hats off Matthew Chatwin, who was here with us last week. Michael Maney, he's down there as an assistant coach today, throwing the magnets around. So we miss him up here, but wish him well down there.
Using his tactical prowess down there at ground level instead of up here in the box. Swinging around was Phoebe Ketchell. Sharman. That's a handy little ball, actually, and that might just roll through, and they get the opportunity here to set something up, Bridge North. They need a goal. They need a goal to keep within real striking distance here. And I think we've got another blood rule. And a bit of fair few stoppages as she's got one on the nose there. Quite sure who that is that's gone off, but he's copped it right on the beak.
They're never a lot of fun, those ones. They
no.
Not only do they sting, but they do take a while to settle down.
A sting on a cold day, that is no doubt about that. In the ruck was Sarah Donnelly, the number 2 for Bridge North.
Setting this last quarter up beautifully, Michael Maney, isn't it, at the moment? OL's not able to capitalise on that strong breeze.
Well, a goal here to Bridge North would make life interesting in that last quarter. That's a good kick, just a squaring ball. It might just roll here for Dunn. Dunn's head over the footy. Can't release. Green caught without the footy. No free kick. But it's pretty tough to pay free kicks when they're scrambling like this. But it's about 15 metres away from the Bridge North goal. Dunn came in the ruck, and then that ball was kicked off the ground by Green, and it just pitched just before the line and will be another boundary throw-in. This is got to be an opportunity taken by Bridge North. They've got it really deep inside their 50.
You need to convert here. A conversion here will really throw the gauntlet down to OLs.
So no score so far in this third term from either team. So it's just been a battle of the half-back lines. Dunn, good leap, reaches over the top. A little tunnel ball there. Walker, it was Lucy Walker. Jamison, slippery ball at the moment. Griffiths overran it. In goes Alice Robinson. A little handball out. Ferguson's there for OLs. Leicester. Grace Walker gets back. That's a good effort by Walker. Just running with the flight of the ball. Now they're running out of time. They've got about 2 and a bit minutes to get a score on the board and put some pressure on OLs. Well done by Guy. And then Walker again. Gee, what form she's been in, Grace Walker, the captain of the Parrots. Shallow inside 50 more. Had the big long reach and couldn't quite hold on to it, but it is slippery. So today's grand final been brought to you by Jeremy Wilkinson, Harcourt's Launceston Tasmanian Agent of the Year, 5 years running. So we thank Jeremy Wilkinson for his sponsorship of the NTFA final series, and also Murdoch Clark Mortgage Fund, Launceston and Hobart, the Athlete's Foot, Brisbane Street, Launceston, for their contribution. So Bridgnorth have done a pretty good job in bottling it up on the outer side, but they've also stifled themselves of trying to score. That's the other thing, and they really do need to take a risk and get one against the grain here, against the breeze.
It's certainly been a real rolling maul sort of a quarter, hasn't it, Michael? They'd be happy with it. They haven't let OL score with that breeze, but, you know, they're down by 11 points, so they're backing themselves, obviously, to kick some goals with that breeze in the last term.
It's amazing how small they've made the ground seem than what it actually is, because it's just been such an in-tight game. They haven't used the whole parameters of the ground to utilise some free-flowing football. It's just been really congested. But I guess sometimes that's what happens in a grand final. Big tackle on Eloise Scott there.
I'll be interested to see how the fitness holds here, Michael, because it has been very physical, very in close, as we've said. Is that going to take a toll in that last term?
Well, OL's had it out in a bit of space, but guess who? Grace Walker. So she's been the stumbling block, but they haven't been able to take a risk and move it into dangerous territory. But the mark taken here by Alice Robinson. Oh, she runs around. That's risky business, and that's good. Taking the game on. Then she kicks long. Good mark. Has been taken, or they've not paid. It must have been touched off the boot. Thought the mark was taken by Morgan Carlson. But Grace Walker just reading it like a book. So she'll want to pump this back in. Not much time left. Just a matter of 15 seconds to go. Here's Walker again. Another mark, another kick. Over the back. They've run out of time, I'd say, as Guy just hugs the line. We're going to go a whole quarter without a score here as the ball just flicks over the back to Taylor Lehman. And there's the siren for three-quarter time. And it was as you were at halftime. That scoreline reading Old Launcestonians 3-2-20, Bridgnorth 1-3-9. I'll go through the goal kickers. No goals, no scores in that particular third term. So goals to Jamison, Green and Murphy for OLs. And for the Parrots, their single goal kicker is Emily McKinnell. But Rob Soward, just a dour old arm wrestle, just a real struggle in that quarter where neither side. Grace Walker had about 100 possessions in that term, and she was really, I guess, the difference in the end. She just provided that stability in across half-back, kick behind play, and she was just absolutely brilliant in that quarter.
She was. From a coaching viewpoint, from OLs, I mean, it's really important that they use the ball better. I mean, as you say, they kicked it to Grace. Must have been a dozen times you called it. So their ball use has got to be better, particularly now in this last term where they're going to be running into the breeze. From a Bridgnorth perspective, they've obviously backed themselves, Michael. They've thought, right, we've got the league's leading goal scorer playing for us. Won the goal scoring easy. They're obviously backing themselves in to kick a score. However, word of caution out there, Parrots fans, you've only kicked a goal in 3 quarters of footy. So you've got it all to do. But what an exciting last quarter we've got in front of us, Michael Money. OL's up by 11 points. Bridgnorth undefeated with the wind. I can't wait for the last quarter.
The last quarter is imminent. So it's three-quarter time here at UTAS. It is Old Launcestonians 3-2-20, Bridgnorth 1-3-9. We'll be back after these messages.
Harcourts, more than just real estate professionals.
It's a state of mind. Dreaming big, unearthing possibilities, identifying potential. We Tasmanians thrive on this. It's what makes us different. It's what drives us to succeed. Together, we can embrace the future. MCMF and us, a state of opportunity.
Hi, I'm Ray Chamberlain, and here are the top reasons why you should become an AFL umpire. You love intellectual conversations.
I know you're not. No, I said on.
And you said no. Everybody knows you need help with your anger management issues.
We don't talk to one another like that. It's okay.
You just can't keep up with the young ones any longer.
This rundown.
Because you like to get paid to keep fit.
Blow your whistle, show your decision, show your good strong signals, then get on your bike and go.
It's the best game in the world.
Last quarter about to get underway in the under-18s of the Premier League women. And the undefeated Bridgenorth trail by 11 points in the grand final. So they've only booted 139 to 3-2-20. Come on, Parrots, you've got this by G. Walker, B-O-G. I think I might have to agree there. And, Rob, there's another one.
How good's this? Go OLs, Taylor Lehman's mum and Danny watching from the Pink Roadhouse in Oodnadatta. It's 40 degrees. Well, I can tell you, Karen, it's not 40 degrees here at UTAS Stadium, but this is what makes community football special, Michael Maney, the fact that we've got people all over the country, potentially all over the world, tuning in to watch their favourite players.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Rob, and long may it continue as community football, the lifeblood of Tasmanian football. You've got to start somewhere. You start off in the under-12s or 14s, 16s. You might do a little bit of little league or mini league stuff, but then as you get older, you grow up with the game and you continue to prosper, and community football is such a huge part. We love our statewide league, we love all those things, but this community football here is brilliant. Can Bridgenorth do it? Can they bridge the gap, so to speak? Here's Abby Green trying to get involved, and once again it'll be a ball up. So you would think the Parrots need to get a quick goal just to pop the question. So up they go again. Griffiths tries to get through. Little short kick. In fact, it wasn't Griffiths, it was Tegan Hodgetts. Handball out into wide open spaces here. Ferguson just tapping in front. She'll want to try and get it back to Green. Here's Griffiths now. Tried to go off the ground. That was in danger. So the free kick will go to Guy. So Jennifer Guy just runs off the line. Boots it long to a pack. Blunston can't get in there. Off the knee. Quick little kick out was by Whitney. Guy again. Ferguson brushes one off. Kicks it high. They have kicked a goal to this end, OLs. To kick another one, Bridgenorth's got all sorts of troubles. Here's Ferguson. That's nicely picked up. And then she hoists it long, and a mark has been taken. Poppy Lone. She wants to get on with it. To Jamison, who snaps and kicks a second. OLs get another one against the Breeze, and they take their lead out to 17 points. Rob Sauer.
Well, what a fantastic passage of play there for OLs. I mean, just terrific, and to pick out the open player, Jess Jamison, who's kicked her second. But Michael Maney, you said there before about community football and the story. Well, you know, what a story this OL side will have. You know, adversity coming from second on the ladder against the undefeated Parrots. You know, 14 minutes to play, and it's all in front of Bridgenorth at the moment. Class side, though, and they'll be raring to get on the board in the early stages of this last term.
They need to get something rolling here. Green can't get through. Nice little half-distance squeeze kick out by Ketchell.
Lucy Walker down in the centre circles there too, so I hope she's okay.
Yes, Who's that? That's number 35. That's
35,
Madison
sure.
Dunn. She's
Copped the knock.
Yeah, she's copped a really bad one by the looks of things, and they might just have to stop the game here because she has not moved, Madison Dunn. The mark's been taken by Green, and she's really hurt herself. I'm not really sure what it is, but Green's got it as the trainers attend to Madison Dunn. Green kicks inside. Blunston takes the mark. So, Daisy Blunston, and not spelled D-A-I-S-Y either, D-A-I-Z-I. And there is Madison Dunn, and she's in a lot of pain, and the clock has stopped here. They might just have to, the stretcher has come out, and the girls might just need to get together in their huddles here, Rob Soward. I didn't see what happened to Madison Dunn.
No, I didn't either, Michael. It looks like the ball had cleared the area, so whether, she just copped a knock in trying to clear the space there, I'm not quite sure. But obviously from us up here in the commentary box, we hope she's okay. But sensibly, as you suggested, Michael, the umpires have stopped play. Players in their huddle as Daisy Blunston will be taking a shot on goal, which is going to be probably the most important kick of the game to this point in time.
Well, the Madison snap really set the cat amongst the pigeons, her second, and she's been in and out of this game. But anyway, this grand final and all the NTFA finals have been brought to you by Jeremy Wilkinson, Harcourts Launceston. He's the Tasmanian Agent of the Year 5 years running, and we thank all the sponsors that get behind the NTFA. So a real lull in proceedings here. You never ever like to see this. She's she is moving around, but she has done one awful injury to herself, and she's just not mobile, and she is going to be stretchered from the ground. She's been heroic in the ruck for them.
Yeah, thanks. I reckon that was Madison.
Mackenzie Dunn, is it? Mackenzie Dunn.
Yeah,
yep.
Thanks for the heads up on that one.
Thanks for that. Yep.
It's always the benefit of people being
it's on the
able to
team
comment
sheet
on
as
things.
Madison Dunn.
Yeah.
So I guess we can't do any more than that.
Thanks for letting us know, though. We really appreciate it. And as Michael Maney said, it's a bit of a lull in proceedings. Both sides in their huddles, Michael. They'll be settling each other down, talking about what's in front of them for the remaining 13 and a half minutes or so. As Mackenzie Dunn leaves the ground on the stretcher to a round of applause. And have had a comment come in, which is great. Gary Shipton, who was obviously watching that. She got need in the ruck contest, he's told us. So those extra pair of eyes always handy. So
nice sharp work. I'm just trying to work out who's who.
We love the community involvement, as we always say.
We appreciate it.
Footy.
And we appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yep, we do. So here's Blunston. She's got a big boot on her here. And she'll just await. And we might have a replay here of
rearing to get on the board in the early stages of this last term.
She's gone down in that ruck contest. So
rearing to get on the board in the early stages of this
round table for getting that replay out. Fantastic. And that is what happened to Mackenzie. Are we saying Mackenzie Dunn? No? I've forgotten her name already.
Mackenzie Dunn.
Mackenzie Dunn. So here we go with Blunston. Now she gets a kick. It's going to hit a patch of grass. Walker. She might go off. I thought she might have gone off the ground there, but she didn't. She's back in after it again. Kicks smothered, just knocked off it. And the girls have really got to gather themselves. I guess they've had another little chance to take a breather and to try and run this game out. But we're going, 3 minutes now in the final term. Walker, another possession to her. Bridge North. Oh, that might have been a throw. And I think Hovington has conceded there.
The Teddy Whitten flick past that one, Michael.
Well, she had a sheepish look on her face, but she hasn't been pinged for it.
Oh.
So it'll be a boundary throw. She has a smile on her face, and she knew that little basketball pass there, I think. Here's Ferguson, got tackled. And Leicester in there, she can't get clear. But a 17-point margin at the moment to OLs. Ferguson trying to push forward. Umpires have let it go when they think the ball's just about to pop out, but they might just have to hold this one up.
This rolling maul sort of stuff's going to suit OLs down to the ground, Michael, because they've got the clock on their time, they've got the scoreboard in their favour. They'll be wanting more of it.
And they're in attack. And it's been tough today with that swirling breeze. The girls to try and keep it low and get it out into space. The game's been very congested. Moore knocks it down. Little handball scooped out there. Might be been a free kick there to Carly Farrow, held without the footy. No whistle. Ferguson, she's injected herself into it in this last quarter. Alex Ferguson. So, OLs trying to knock off the unbeaten Bridgenorth. Jamison, who's kicked 2. Guy just ran past it. Walker. This is Grace Walker. There's Lucy Walker and there's Grace Walker. They've got to be sisters. They do look the same.
Someone might tell us in the commentary, but yeah, a good possibility.
Moore just winning a few taps there as Griffiths can't keep it in for Bridgenorth off hands. Our thoughts are for Mackenzie Dunn, who has gone off. No one can get it clearly out of here. Little handball, just hovering over it there was Gabby Phillips for Bridgenorth. A good tackle. All held. Leicester. Up it goes. Moore.
She's been really good all day today, Moore, hasn't she?
Yeah, she has. She's competed well. Yeah.
Very strong background in netball.
Perfect foil for Abby Green. The 2 talls for OLs. So Bridgenorth get it to the wing. They need to get it out in space. They need a goal. They needed to get it up to their #1 goal scorer. And I think it might have been a crowd decision, that one. The handball did come out. The free kick goes to Alice Robinson. She kicks long. Lloyd couldn't take it. Here's Sharman. Tried to get the handball to Griffiths. And all of a sudden, OLs need to defend. And a free kick over the shoulder. It's going to OLs. Big Bridgenorth contingent in here. You can hear the boos. So Guy gets the free. Plays on. Kicks it long. No mark. Well, here's an opportunity now. A long spiralling kick by Alice Robinson is just knocked through for her behind. So 16 points the margin. Robinson on the board in the grand final. So Mackenzie Lloyd. It's plenty of elevation on the kick. Almost the mark taken by Guy, not paid. Got a fairly decent purchase of it. They drive themselves into the contest. And Farrow was there, the #7 for OLs. Moore. Knocked, but got it back again, then fed the handball out to Guy. Well done by Griffiths with a smother. In they go again. The umpires just hoping that that ball will squeeze out, but had no alternative. Had to grab hold of the footy. Moore again, another tap down to her. Beautifully done there by Johnston. Here's a chance for Bridgenorth. Denying them was Hannah Lee. So time ticking away. We've gone a bit over 8 minutes. So halfway through this quarter. Well done by Ferguson. Got it away to Leicester, whose kick was run down. Hodges was in there. Mayburn Didn't bounce right for her. Guy got the handball away. Oh, a real dumping tackle there. And it'll be all in.
It's all to play for here for Bridgenorth at the moment. Just ticking over 9 minutes. OL's 4-2-26, Bridgenorth 1-4-10.
So back it comes. Goes Guy, and she's given away a free kick, and the free kick is going to Phoebe Ketchell. So Phoebe Ketchell, what an important kick this is. Can she ride this on the breeze and get the job done from about 35? No, she's pushed it away, so it's now 15 points the margin.
Grace and Lucy Walker are sisters, as you have predicted, Michael Maney, which is fantastic. And thanks very much, Debbie Goss, for putting that one in the chat for us. That helps us out a little bit, so thanks again.
At the Deb Goss that I know, it probably is. Mark taken by Maddie Whitney. So Bridgenorth trying to get it together. Almost a mark there to Sharman. Now the quick kick out there, nicely done by Johnston. Bouncing ball. Lloyd. Hodgetts tried to get the handball back to Morgan Carlson, who I thought took a mark in that term. Here's an opportunity. The kick is away to the right. I think that was Robinson who got that kick away. It might have been Sharman. So 14 points now.
3 goals in 6 minutes, Michael Maney, is what they need.
Yep.
5.5.
Just don't think it's going to happen. Here's a go though, and a free kick. As just as Emma Woods was about to drop that on the boot, she was tackled. So Blunston with a good tackle.
Great tackle, and she's at the wrong end of the ground. Daisy Blunston, she loves a goal.
Yeah, well, she's defending them at the moment. So Johnston, I thought she was away.
She was.
The umpire said yes, you were. Everyone stopped. Then it started again. Ferguson, zig, zag, this way, that way. Farrow kicked down the line. Got dealt with after she'd kicked and copped one around the ear. And she's a little slow to get up. But the ball has progressed its way to the wing. 11.5 minutes gone. We go 16 minutes in these quarters. Jamison, Lester, handball over the top to Murphy. Now Lester just kicks it out in front. Opportunity there for Taylor Lehman. Now Lehman got a handball of sorts out into space. Then she kicked it off the ground. Here's Jamison. She's kicked one. Did she get pushed in the back? Oh, the umpire was right there and he wasn't prepared to pay it in the 10-yard square, the 10-metre square. And she looks at the umpire and says, thought I might have got a push. Green took it out of the ruck. Gee, a goal here from OLs and it's all over. It's almost getting that way now. They're deep in their attack. The Parrots are in peril. Quick kick out by Donnelly. That ball is going to roll out of play and it'll be a boundary throw in.
Aidan Bullman's tuned in from Singapore, Michael Maney. Well, we've got them listening and watching from everywhere. That's fantastic.
That's it. There we go. Closely, Aidan Bullman. There it is on your screen. Terrific. That's a very shallow ball in from the boundary umpire, but you can understand it because there's a pretty stiff breeze out there, so you just need to give it your best and hurl it in as far as you can. Well done. Second up, not too bad. Moore, Mackenzie and Madison Dunn are sisters, and Madison is number 35, so there you go.
Thanks,
Madison
Steve.
on the team sheet, so sometimes you go down a road you perhaps shouldn't do, but Madison Dunn, we've been calling her that. She's been on the team sheet in the program as Madison, and yeah, unfortunately she was taken off on a stretcher early in this last quarter, which hasn't helped the Parrots either because she was a real springboard in the ruck for them. 13.5 gone, Rob Soward. I think we might be able to call this one as it is a 14-point margin.
Yeah, look, OLs will be tough to beat from here at this stage of the game. As we said, Bridgnorth need 3 goals.
Ketchell gets it over halfway, but Lloyd in the way. It's knocked by Mayburn, but not to ground. And that could be a free kick. And is it going to OLs? I think it might be. There's a player out there running around in number 38 that we don't have. Here's Abby Green. Just hooks it round the body. It might bounce through, or did it? No. No. The opportunity that was there for Taylor Lehman. It bounced back to her, and then she kicked it straight into the post. So 15 points the margin now. As a long kick straight down the middle. That's where they've got to go. Here's Guy. Been terrific for them all day. As Jennifer Guy. She butters up again and then boots it forward. Here's a chance for Murphy. Kicked a goal in the second term. Little ball just pushed out there, really, as we tick into 14 and a half minutes. And it is 4-3-27 to 1-6-12. Old Launcestonians, I think they've got this one in 2023. Battling hard was Letitia Johnston. Griffiths got free. Scrambled the kick. It wasn't 15. Now taken by Maskell, who got it from Carly Farrow. Now it goes out wide. Flicks over the back to Mayburn. Oh, they just can't get the run of the footy today. Ferguson. Back out to Carly Farrow. Oh, the bounce just favoured Jamison, but she can't get in position A. Well done by Courtney Grice just to boot it out into space in towards Mackenzie Dunn. Jamison thought she might have been tackled over the shoulder. But the umpire said it might have just slid up there originally from down near the rib cage. Less than 30 seconds to go in the grand final. If you're OLs, you are most probably starting your celebrations right now. Ferguson comes in with a kick away by Ketchell. Now Griffiths got to shrug off one. And then the kick down the wing. Nicely done by Hovington, who seemingly plays with a smile on her face all the way through. And there's the siren. Old Launcestonians have won the grand final in 2023. Just the one goal kicked after half time, and that was through Jamison. Jessica Jamison kicked a couple of goals along with Abby Green and Amber Murphy. They booted 4 for the game to win 4-3-27 to Bridgnorth 1-6-12 with McKinnell kicking their only goal, and a much-deserved grand final victory. How often do you see it that a team goes through undefeated through the course of the season, and then come the big day, they get knocked over, and that's what's happened today to Bridgnorth. Rob Soward.
Yeah, look, you've really got to feel for Bridgnorth, Michael. They've been the dominant side all year. They've been just terrific in what they've done. Top the table, as we've said, the leading goal kicker. But, you know, and we said this right at the start of the game, OLs only had to win today. What happened in this hour or so of football today is the most important hour of the year. So, whilst congratulations to Bridgnorth on a wonderful season, we've also got to highlight what a fantastic effort from OLs today to come in as underdogs. As you said, a 10-5 record, and just do what they've done. They set it up in that first quarter, Michael Maney. They capitalised on that strong breeze that was behind them, and they never looked back. And that goal, you called it beautifully. That goal they kicked into the wind in the second term, all of a sudden, it's just a bridge too far for the Parrots.
Yeah, that's right. That goal at the 3.5 minute mark of the second term, that was kicked by Amber Murphy. And then I guess that goal by Jamison at the 1.5 minute mark of this final term was the icing on the cake for OLs, as the girls get together and they go to sing their song out on the ground by the look of it. Here they go. They're going to sing the song. Or are they just having a chat to Abby Green there, the coach? She'd be thrilled with this performance. So congratulations to them.
Yeah, I was just going to, while we're waiting, Michael, just very quickly run through some better players. I'll start with Bridgnorth. Like you called in the call, Walker was just terrific for them, and you wonder if they hadn't have had her back in that back line, what might have transpired. Emily McKinnell kicked their only goal. and is the association's leading goal scorer. Just couldn't get on the end of it today, but there was that patch in the third term where you just sort of felt, second term, you just sort of felt they're going to get right back in it. But she certainly gave her best. A couple of injuries didn't help things either. Going through, Alice Robinson, I thought, did some really, really good things. You called Ketchell a few times. So it'd probably be fair to say that they were down a little bit on their season output, the number of their players today, because OLs didn't let them play the way they wanted to. For OLs, it was just a terrific team effort. A number of names we called. I thought Ashley Moore, I thought she was fantastic in the ruck, giving them first use. You talked about Jennifer Guy, Michael. You called her name a lot. She was terrific. Jess Jamison with 2 goals was terrific. We're just getting ready for presentation, so we might come back to that.
Let's go to Rick.
Okay, thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll commence our presentations for our NTFA Women's Grand Final for the Premier Division. Firstly, can we please show our appreciation? They've been the benchmark all year, came through the season undefeated. They're a wonderfully led side. Please give it up for Bridgenorth Football Club, please. First of all, I'd like to invite Louise Millwood, the Director of Women's Football, to come forward to present medallions to a representative of our umpires, please. Very shortly, we will make the presentation for our best player on the ground. But as I said, they've been the benchmark all year. They've had an unbelievable season. And I'd like to invite the coach of the Bridgenorth Football Club, Bobby Beams, just to come forward and say a few words, please.
Thank you. Thank you to the NTFA. Well done. To OLs, Abby, and your group, well done. We've had a couple of years where we've been neck and neck, and you're the better side today. This amazing group of people here, hold your head high. We've come a long way in our program this year, and this is a bloody bitter pill to swallow. But we'll get better. We'll be back. Okay.
Thank you, Bobby, and congratulations to yourself as well for the development that's come with this great bunch of girls. Now I'd like to invite the Honourable Joe Palmer MP, Liberal member for Rosevears, to come up onto the stage to make a presentation to our best player on the ground. They'll receive the Best On Ground medal as well as a $100 voucher courtesy of the Athlete's Foot. And the winner for Best On Ground for the 2023 NTFA Women's Grand Final from Old Launcestonians, Jennifer Guy. Thank you very much to the Honourable Joe Palmer MP, and also congratulations to Jennifer. We're now going to present our Premiership medallions, and they're going to be presented by our junior little Oz kickers here, which is fantastic. Let's give them a big round of applause. Big day for them. Great to have them here with us. And also a massive thank you to Cleanaway, their second year as naming rights partner of the NTFA Women's Competition for Premier Division 1, and we're joined by Matt Eisel, who has got the caps as well. So if you could please put them as I call your name on top. All right, we'll go through the players and start with number 1, Malia Richardson-Green. Number 2, Izzy Maskell. Number 3, I think she might have popped number 38 on at one stage as well during the game, Sophie Farrow. Number 4, Hannah Lee. Number 5, Taylor Lehman. Number 7, Carly Farrow. Number 8, Anastasia Hovington. Number 11, Jessica Jamison. Number 12, Jennifer Guy. Number 13, Dana Lester. Number 15 next, Eloise Scott. Number 20, Alex Ferguson. Number 22, Alice Bennett. Number 24, Poppy Lone. Number 27, Ashley Moore. Number 30, Georgia Fulton. Number 35, Daisy Blunston. Number 39, Amber Murphy. Number 6, the captain, Mackenzie Lloyd. And finally, the coach of Old Launcestonians, Abby Green.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting women's football. It's really good to see you all. And it means a lot to every individual. Bridge North, I just want to thank you for everything you've done this year. I know how tough it is right now, and I've been in that position before, but honestly, you're the future of this competition. What you've done this year, gone undefeated, it's truly remarkable. Bobby, it's a testament to you and the bunch of girls you've got there. I know it's tough, but honestly, you'll come back stronger than ever, and you will have your time when it comes. So I just want to thank you all. To the committee and the NTFA and all the sponsors, thank you for putting this competition on. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. So yeah, very grateful. Girls, we broke the drought. Honestly, it's been 4 years in the making, this. And obviously the build up to this week has just been truly remarkable. You held your heads up high and you didn't give in. And we said that we were going to get the job done today, and that's because of every individual that had their role, they played to their strengths. I just want to thank Jessie for all the behind the scenes work, Tom for the great club culture you've put on, to Belinda and Steve, everything you do. And especially I just want to thank those who weren't selected today, and every player who has played for Old Els Women's. Thank you, because this is for you guys. And lastly, Jenny, you've been my AC all year, you've been my right-hand woman. Everything you do for this club and the way you play today, we all look up to you. So thank you very much. And yeah, the Blues!
Thank you, Abby. I'd now like to invite Louise Millwood, Director of Women's Football for the NTFA, to come forward with the Premiership flag, and invite Tom Harrison, President of Old Launcestonians, to accept that on behalf of the club. Thanks, Louise. Well done, Tom. And finally, club legend Matthew Murfitt. If we could get you up on the stage with that Premiership Cup, and we'll invite. And if we could have Mackenzie and Abby, if you could come to the stage. So Mackenzie and Abby, if you could come up to the stage to accept the trophy. And then we'll invite the team to come forward. So get ready to lift the Premiership Cup. Our NTFA Women's Premier Division premiers for 2023 is Old Launcestonians.